Two of the following videos are true, while the other one is trash. Can you spot the fake? Round 3, let's begin. If you release the butane from one lighter without sparking it, you can use a second lighter that's already burning to light the gas of the first lighter. And as long as you keep the butane flowing, the flame will burn. If you do this again but place a metal mesh between the two lighters, you can still ignite the first lighter's gas from above the mesh. But now the flame will only stay burning above it and won't propagate through the mesh to get to the nozzle of the lighter, even when you put some distance between them like this. This is an energy stick that has two metallic strips that you can touch to turn the device on. This shows how the human body is capable of conducting electricity to complete the circuit. However, if you dip your fingers in a bit of tap water and then press the metallic strips, the water insulates your body from the metal, meaning you no longer conduct electricity and the device doesn't turn on. This display stand is just a thin, clear acrylic rod. If you shine a laser from the side of this acrylic rod, the laser goes through pretty straight, pretty much how you'd expect. However, if you shine the laser at the end of the acrylic rod, the entire display stand illuminates, sort of like a fiber optic cable. You've seen all 3 videos now, pause to vote in the comments which one you thought was fake. If you thought that a thin metal mesh would prevent the propagation of a flame back to a lighter, you'd be correct. And here's what it looks like using Schlieren optics that I set up in my garage. The metal mesh acts as a heat sink that cools the temperature of the flame to below the ignition temperature of the surrounding gas. This demonstrates the principle that Davy lamps use, which were old lamps designed to make mining operations more safe. If you're working in a mine with an open flame lantern, a gas leak like this would be disastrous. Once the gas reaches an open flame, it ignites and creates a giant fireball. However, in theory, if you surround your open flame with a metal mesh, then if there's a gas leak, the gas entering the mesh will burn, but it won't ignite the surrounding gas outside the mesh. Observing experiments like this that you can't normally see is so cool that I'm making a separate video testing out many other surprising demos that you can't normally see. That Schlieren Optics video will be linked here when it's out. Anyway, thin clear acrylic rods also do work similarly to fiber optic cables in that the laser will internally reflect inside the tube and illuminate the whole thing. It also works with different sizes of acrylic rod like this one, and it looks especially cool in the dark. That means dipping your fingers in water does not prevent this device from turning on. Water actually increases the ability of your body to conduct electricity, which is why the presence of water is so dangerous when you're operating electrical devices.